Hello, thank you for looking at my YouTube channel. Today we're going to show you how to build a raised, easy to build garden box that can be very productive for you growing vegetables during the summer, as you see here. It's very easy to build. I'm here to help you with any technical support you need. Just ask. First thing you're going to need to get is you're going to need two 2x8 by 36 inches long. All this lumber material should be non-treated. It should be spruce, pine, or fir. You can easily find it at Home Depot or your local hardware store. 2x8 by 36 inches is the first two pieces you need. Then you're going to need to cut 2x8 by 33 inches, two pieces, spruce, pine, or fir again. Then you're going to take that and assemble it into a box, as you see here. You'll put the two 33-inch pieces across from each other and the two 36-inch pieces across from each other, and you'll screw the corners with 3-inch drywall screws or exterior deck screws. I would suggest you use a drill with a bit in it, a screw bit. If you'd like to pre-drill them, you may. Make it a little easier for you to get the screws in and also avoid any cracking of the 2x8s. The next thing you're going to need a 36 by 36 inch bottom. This is going to be 1/2-inch plywood. You're going to want to drill 3 rows of 1/2-inch holes in it, about 4 to 6 inches apart. You can easily find this plywood at Home Depot. They sell jiffy pieces of plywood. You also might have to get a 4x4 sheet, and sometimes they'll actually cut it for you at many of the stores. I know our store in Seattle did have a cutting area where they would cut a piece of plywood for you for a little fee. You might have a local hardware store that would do that also. But if you don't, it's easy to cut the plywood. You could just use a handsaw or even use a skill saw if you feel comfortable with it. Then you're going to want to lay that garden upside down and lay the plywood on the bottom and secure it all around the outside with screws about 4 to 6 inches apart. And those would be 2-inch exterior screws, or drywall screws again would be fine. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to need to cut the legs. On the two gardens you see here, I have them 36 inches off the ground. I use 2x4s for the legs. However, you can make it any height you want. If you wanted it 38 inches or 40 inches or even 24 inches, you could cut the legs that size. Then you're going to simply turn the garden upside down on its back so the plywood's facing you, and attach the 4 legs to the corners, as you see here, one on each corner, and screw them fast with the 3-inch screws. There again, you're going to want to maybe pre-drill it and probably put 3-4 screws in each corner so they're securely fastened. The next option would be to divide it into grids, and you could make it into 6 grids very easily. And it is just cross-piece members of lumber. You could use 1x2, and you just cross them, or if you have a table saw, you could cut it up into 1x1 or 3/4 by 3/4. You might also be able to find some stock that size at the hardware store that you could simply just put on there with a small screw or finish nail if you want to do that. I've made them without the grid and with the grid. In this example, I'm just showing you one that we made, the one we have, with a grid in it. The next thing is, after you have the garden done, the soil you should use is just look for a good compost, organic garden soil. There again is available at Home Depot in the garden center. And it's a good idea if you can find a little garden variety verlicumite we found to add to it. Helps maintain the moisture in the garden. And then as far as planting it, if you can find some window screen, old window screen, just put a piece of window screen over the bottom. That's going to keep your soil from washing out through the drainage holes. And then I always apply a little layer of like 2B gravel or a little layer of stone on the bottom, about a 1/2 inch to an inch thick, just to help facilitate the drainage of the soil. Then you're going to want to put that garden variety organic soil in there with a little verlicumite. I usually fill them clear to the top because it's going to settle a little bit. And then you're ready to plant your garden. You could make one for vegetables, and then you could also have one for herbs. As you see here, that's how we have it. I have the one with herbs in it, and the other one we have with lettuce, onions, and some radishes. Tomatoes don't really seem to We found that tomatoes don't seem to really do well, but small vegetables like radishes, onions, and lettuce do extremely well. And we are actually able to get a salad about every week out of it with the Bib lettuce. Thank you for listening. Please comment and subscribe below if you would, please. Please let me know where you're checking in from. Also, I'd love to see pictures of what you built. Now, if you need any technical support, any help, any questions in building it, please contact me. I'll get back to you and help you in any way I can. And thank you for listening.